Hello everyone and welcome into yet another live stream. Hi there. Hi there everyone. Hi there Stamp. Hi there Andrew. Hi there Rollo. Hi and welcome. Hi and welcome. Hi and welcome. Okay. So, what kind of mask progress? I am so glad you asked. Although I am so indeed touch grass, I guess. Can't eat it at all. So glad you asked. This is the current one. It's proper garbage. So basically, it's from the last video. You get what I mean. The thing is, today we're gonna spice it up. Hopefully, completely. It's your 881st. Actually, it's more than 881th, I suppose. So first, it's actually more than that because back in the day when I was streaming every single day, which I've done for 800 days. Back in the day when I was streaming every single day, sometimes when I was streaming more than once a day, I would just call it like half a live stream or 0.75. So it's actually well over 1,000 at this point. Anyway, don't matter. The point is, spice it up as in BDSM, as gross. Olo, get a hold of yourself. No, we're gonna improve it. Hold on, I need to sip some coffee first. I don't need milk, obviously. There we go. That's probably good. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I am so glad no one asked. I'm gonna pop the mask on the side. We're gonna try to upgrade the mask in two ways today. I don't know where to place it. It's really big. Which part of it do you want to hold? You want me? Gross, honestly. Theo, where's Theo when you need him? Where's Theo? Where's my moderator? Oh, there we go. That error sound you just heard, that was... Wait, did you hear that? Oh, you might have not heard that, never mind. I get an error sound whenever I turn on SolidWorks. We want to do two things to this stream. First of all, improve the hardware mechanics of the mask because you can see it's very flimsy and it's struggling. And second of all, ideally, the second one is going to be way more difficult, but we would like to connect the Raspberry Pi Zero to a Raspberry Pi Pico. Now, which Pico will we connect it to? Because I have quite a couple. And I imagine we could just use like one of the non-W ones. So this is, for example, Raspberry Pi 2 without the W. Oh, I have two of them. Oh, how convenient. I do have two of them. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this one. We might need to solder some pins, some header pins, like so, in order to actually make it usable. What does the W stand for? Haven't got a clue. I haven't gotten that chapter. That's confusing. Okay. First, I need to turn on the mask file folder place thing stuff. So, like this. Perfection. There is nothing there. Why is there nothing there? Oh, because mask modular is the one we actually need. My files are such a mess. Okay, there we go. And we already have a mating problem. Oh, what is it? Splendid. How lovely. This mate appears to be broken. Or bit. Why? Already? Already a mate is broken. Okay, now I have done some, as I mentioned last stream, I do believe, I have done some off-camera work on the mask a bit. It may not be quite as noticeable when you look at it from the side, but on this mask, we do have like empty connectors into which we then add third parts, these parts, exactly. We add them in like so, and then they're connected. Yeah, the problem is that it's very modular, very inefficient, and I feel like I've gone a bit overboard, so I upgraded the mask a bit, so that now they're printed like this, where they're all like really long and printed like so, and we actually need to change them up a bit already. I do not know a single non-British person who says splendid. Oh, I say way more than splendid. Okay, let's get into it though. Because first of all, we need to handle the bottom one. The bottom mask. Yeah, proceed with feature recognition. I frankly do not care. Cool. Hold on, let me just do one more thing before we carry on. And that is... There we go. Now I'm ready. Okay, this is what the mask looks like so far. Right here we have these four, which are connectors for the visor plates. So now, how is the progress looking? Hi there, Average Blue. The progress is not bad. Make the Pico connection a flexible PCB for the fun. I'm not even gonna do it a PCB for now. For now, I need to figure out the theory. So yeah, these ones we're gonna keep because these ones are for the visor plate, which is very useful. These ones, however, we're gonna remove and we're gonna change them up. So which one are you? Ah, it's such a mess. This, okay, perfect. We can delete the cut first, delete the sketch, delete these. Perfect. And the reason why is because I want to make the mask modular in a bit more clever way. The way we're gonna achieve that is we're going to my mouse got caught up. Okay, so the way we're gonna achieve that is we're going to make like plates or like mounting plates in between these mounts. But before we get there, you know what? Let me just switch to the other view because for now we can deal with this full screen. Can I send you war chemicals for your birthday? What are war chemicals? What do you mean war chemicals? These chemicals that only exist during war. Okay, first what we need is we need to remove the extra holes that are no longer required. So we're going to go through all of these, sketch, and then change them up. This, no longer needed. Ah, fudge. Okay, we can leave that one. That one's whatever, full construction, perfect. Actually, we can switch both of these to be full construction. Yeah, perfect. They make the panels like rails with holes for bolts. What do you mean? Make like rails with holes for bolts. Rails with... I don't quite understand what you mean, although. Okay, perfect. The reason why I'm removing those holes is because those holes are absolutely useless, not needed, and well, they would reduce like the structural stability, if anything. So there we go, gotten rid of them. Now we need to make the mounting holes for the panels, and as such, we're gonna do it by adding a sketch like this. Now the crucial thing about the panels is that the mounting places have to be parallel. The screw holes have to be parallel in order for them to work in any way. So, how are we gonna do that? I'm so glad you asked. Absolutely useless, not what she said. Oh. We can do it the smart way, which is with construction. There we go. Yeah. This, like this, like this, like this. That's one. And then the other one will be right here. Now these all have to be parallel with this one actually as well. Why are you broken already? Yeah, not horizontal parallel. Perfect. Then all of these have to be parallel. But what's even more is they have to be parallel and equal. Right, and then these also equal. Why are you overdefined? Holy shit, what happened? This has to be parallel to this. Why is that a problem? Oh no, not equal to the big one. Fucking hell. Oh my goodness, okay, let's go back before I fucked it up. There we go. And then, hi, the Black Thunder, hi, cheers.
Hello.
This, and this, they have to be equal. Yes.
Oh, see, we're masking again.
We are masking.
You know that's a sign of autism, right?
I don't care. Now if we change the length of this one alone, he won't let me change the length. Queen, okay, well, that's fun. Yeah, it appears we can't really change the length. Okay. Try this one.
It says it's equal to something.
Yes, I know, I'm aware, I just did that.
Okay.
Why can't I add a dimension? It's not letting me place it anywhere. There, now it's letting me. Sweet. Let's do depth of 3. And then you... Unless you're snapped in some odd way. No, you're not. Six. But I don't think that's the right length. That's the problem. I'm a genius. I can just make a line right here for construction. Oh, I feel so clever figuring this out. I can just make a line for construction. I can set the line to be a 6. And then I can just make them equal. Genius. I can't move anything, which is worrying. Why can't I move anything? Is it because of you? Okay, me not being able to move anything is kind of weird, because there should be no reason for it to be stationary. I should be able to just move it down. Oh, why? Is it because of you? No. They're all parallel. Well, they have to be parallel like that. Parallel. No, that should still mean it's movable on the axis. Yeah. Let me just make another line real quick. 3. Actually, is 3 a bit much for... Well, but to be fair, we want those panels to be a bit more sturdy, so why not? I can't move it, which I just don't understand why. The thing is, in this case, if we take this and this, why is this overdefined? If I delete... Yeah, SolidWorks sometimes gets really stuck with lines. Okay. You parallel. Okay, not bad. Yeah, and then this and this perpendicular. There we go. Now we can do it. Now one last thing is we want these two to be collinear. And there we go. Now we basically have like things we can regulate like this. So we can see where our mounting plates would be. Splendid. What exactly are you trying to make? I'm making openings for... Wait, this is not necessary. I'm making the connectors for panels that I'll use later on. It should be fine. And yeah, they should all be fine, I think. Okay, there we go. So that's the first set. This is our first set. Right here, in the end, I would plan to have the Raspberry Pi Pico as a multiplexer. On the other side, we'll also need a panel for now. What purpose of this mask thing? Well, I'm making a mask. I haven't thought of purpose yet. I haven't gotten that far, Average Blue.
To be cool, is that not enough?
That's my purpose. Okay, sketch. Yeah. Now the other side as well. We can also change the angle. No, it just got me thinking. Wait, can I not? This is just equal, so that's really fine. Can I fix this point? That's not really fixed, is it? There we go. Now we can also change the... This is great, I do have to say. This is proper good. Really proper good modeling I'm doing. Because I feel like this kind of angle might help. Or it might not. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. Yeah, cool, but like, why does mask need to be that thick? Oh, we're already using the thickness. The thickness we're already using, we're just like, right here, you can see. I wouldn't be able to fit the Raspberry Pi Zero without the thickness. I'm really happy with this thickness. It makes the mask really comfortable as well, because my, facial features aren't slamming into the hard PEBG. Okay. Let's switch the angle then. Yeah, fine. I think I'm fine with this. Perfect. So we're gonna leave it there. Mask is thick to maybe we can make it. Then. Okay, then right here we'll have the angle for the other side. It's convenient the way I can just do all of these. I really have gotten better at some of the books. This, like this, like this, like this. Just a four-sided shape. All the other things don't matter because we're gonna add them ourselves. Last time I was here, we were trying to get the two Picos to communicate between each other, so I'm pretty clueless about the vision behind the project. Oh! Average Blue, I see the confusion. I am working on a lot of things in parallel. The two Picos was for a robot, which I'm still also building. This is for a mask, which... Yeah, I can see where the confusion will come from. Although, to be fair, at the moment I am mostly working on two things in parallel. And that's just the robot and mask. Let's select that line. Oh, it doesn't select it, it just highlights it. Cool. Okay. All of these equal. Like this. Then all of these. Stop selecting midpoints. All of these equal. All of these collinear. This perpendicular. All of these parallel. And all of these parallel. There we go. That's not bad, although a bit more of a tilt wouldn't be too terrible. Oh, perfect! Absolutely perfect, I'd say. Show it a little bit. That makes sense. So, what makes a Raspberry Pi light or something more complex? Okay, so Blue, here's the thing. You know how Iron Man, right, in the movies, Tony Stark was making like a whole lot of suits. This is my fourth version of the mask, and I just kind of want to make a mask that I just don't know what I'm gonna need in the future, you know? So I'm using Raspberry Pi Zero is because it's very generally useful. And I'm just gonna keep adding things on top of it. So for example, I do have, you know the most recent video I made? Over there I mentioned the mask? Well, basically, in the next video, I'm gonna improve upon the mask. And my plan for what I'm gonna have in the next video is I'm going to set up an I2C connection going from, going from the Raspberry Pi onto the other side. And right here, we're gonna have a Raspberry Pi Pico. And then the Pico will be connected to a 7-segmented display, just for like a general output. That's just to test the output. And then this will be more fun because this is a microphone. And as much as the 7-segment display would be just to challenge myself, the microphone would be quite useful because what that would mean is that then we can connect them both to the Raspberry Pi Pico. We can have the I2C connection wire it back to the Zero, and then the Zero will be able to, you know, do sound processing. For which opens up to a future possibility of voice-activated commands or stuff like that, or just voice recordings. Another thing I am gonna do, but I need to wait for the package to arrive, is I'm waiting for a proper camera sudden. I do have one, but it's not the right one because it has the wrong ending. Hold on, do this. Like this kind of camera, and then Raspberry Pi Zero has a camera connection, so I can just plug it in. I do believe at the bottom, like so, and wire it like this and connect it. And then we'll have both visual and audio processing. But that's, you know, that will take me like 2 weeks, maybe 3. Do you want to see the icon made for my game? Sure. Love to see that. Okay. Back to the thing. Right, perfect. Then we'd like right here is a single line, which is convenient. Will make the entire process way easier. This, then we select all of those, set them up to be parallel, and then we set them up to be equal. Then we take all of those, set them up to be equal. It's in the art channel, okay, hold on. Oh, but you export it as an SVG. I need to open that up. Yeah, this code doesn't render SVGs. This collinear, and then one last thing, this perpendicular. Here we go. There we have it. Cyber like enhancing, but I keep adding stuff to it over time. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. I do have quite a lot of ideas, actually. Oh no, come on. That's so dumb. It's... Oh. Hello, make it. Hope you are doing well. Thank you, comedian. I appreciate the sentiment. I am doing fine. I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do with this mask, and that is keeping me really productive at the moment. I'm in a bit of a... There we go. So far that would give us... Oh, this is a bit annoying, isn't it? This right here, this connector. Oh, that's a bit of a... Unless, of course, we edit it up so that we delete this, or we set it parallel right like so, which would fix our problem, because then we can just make these two collinear. And then all three of them would lie on a single line, which is convenient. Hope you aren't finding any Red Bulls to walk. I don't really drink energy drinks. Never really got into them.
Coffee doesn't count?
I don't think coffee counts as an... Well, I mean, when you say an energy drink, you don't usually think of coffee. You think of stuff like Red Bull, Monster.
I usually think caffeinated, and coffee counts. Espresso more so.
When I say fruit, you're not really thinking of an onion, right?
Well, no.
Yeah. I really hope onion's a fruit, by the way, and I didn't. Close enough.
You mean tomato? That would make sense.
Is onion a fruit? That's a good question. It's just something I threw into the void. I don't know. Too lazy to actually check if onion is a fruit. It would be like a root, wouldn't it? All vegetables are fruits, but not all fruits are vegetables. That's incorrect. Potato...
That's backwards.
Yeah, that is backwards. Potato isn't a fruit, for example. Or lettuce also isn't a fruit, but it is a vegetable. Actually, that's not even backwards. That's incorrect on both fronts. Apples aren't vegetables, but they are a fruit. That's not backwards. That's just incorrect. Twice. Okay, so...
Well, I know fruit is a botany term versus, well, botanical term versus vegetable being a culinary term.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not, you know, how vegetables are fruit and fruits are... That's not true.
I'm so glad Google added a section for when you ask a second grade science question. Is onion a fruit? Vegetable!
Yeah. They all equally... No, the equalities seem to be... No, they're not. There we go. Thank you for the double check. Oh yeah, at the bottom you can see it's completely different size.
All non-fruit vegetables are fruits. That's just contradicting yourself.
All non-fruit vegetables... all non-fruit vegetables are fruit.
If it's not a fruit, it's a fruit.
It's impressive to me how you can be wrong 3 times in 2 messages. That's impressive, if anything. No vegetable is a fruit. What about tomato?
Tomato.
Literally, that's like such a cliche example. What can I? Oh, I can move this up and down. No, that's correct. That's what we want. Now we can set up distances between them to be something a bit more consistent. Tomatoes are fruits. Stump.
Yes, but
Stump. Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question, maybe, and that will help you understand. Stump. Do planes have wheels or do they fly? Stump. Do planes have wheels or do they fly? Answer me that question. And maybe that will help you understand. Fruit and vegetable are not mutually exclusive. Yeah, both. That's the point. Tomatoes can be both.
Do they have wheels or do they fly? Well, the answer is no, they just fly.
Neverland.
As you can see in this picture.
Actually, they don't only fly. Consider Boeing. 50.
They also fall. And have automatic targeting to skyscrapers.
Is the tomato the only fruit that's also vegetable? No, I'm pretty certain.
Cucumber.
A pepper. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a lot. $54. I feel like the question of if tomato is a fruit or a vegetable is such a beautiful encapsulation of what internet is like. Oh, there was even a name for a fallacy, wasn't there, of this? Black and
False
white?
dichotomy.
Is it false dichotomy?
Is it?
You said it! You should know! What do you mean? Why are you asking me?
Does that sound correct?
That's... Hello everyone, welcome to another misinformation live stream.
No, it's actually gaslighting, not misinformation. You need to update your prescription. You keep losing it.
After further research, tomatoes are not very... What the fuck do you stop? Stamp. Okay, I think it's done. There's a lot of constraints on it, but it's proper.
Vegetables are the roots, stems, or leaves. No, vegetable is just the part of a plant you eat. And a tomato is none of those. No.
A plant cultivated for its edible parts, such as the roots of the beet, the leaves of spinach, the flower buds of broccoli, or the fruit or seeds of certain species, as beans, corn, and squash. You see, Stump, fruits are an edible part of a plant, in fact.
News to me.
Why isn't the bark of a tree there? You can get some pretty
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Oh my goodness, I forgot that cinnamon even was a thing. Cinnamon. I was just goofing about.
Bark is a vegetable.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I thought it was the sound a dog make, but you know, what do I know?
Cinnamon. My favorite. You gotta eat your veggies. Free.
It's more of a spice.
No,
Man,
that's
taxonomy's fun.
No, spices. Spices aren't real. That's from Dune. Jeez, y'all really need to learn your
How
words.
British.
Okay, there we go. Taxonomy is stupid. Yeah, I agree. Why would we ever stuff animals with that? That's so gross. Give them some respect after they die.
And he says, it's my fault, this is a misinformation stream.
Can we talk about the 9/11 joke Thunder made? Wait, are you calling
No.
Black Thunder Thunder? Oh, that's it. I've never called you Thunder. That's such a cool nickname. That's like a special ops name. Thunder.
You know how military nicknames happen, though?
No clue. Believe it or not, absolutely no idea.
super stupid and or embarrassing thing happens.
Yeah, I mean, for you that
So
would
just...
fit. You would be called Thunder, wouldn't you? Or Bolt. You could have, if you went in the military, there would be potential for some pretty fucking rad nicknames for you. Strike.
Black sounds off. Is it because I'm white?
Strike, Thunder, Bolt. All of these are rad.
Strike because he keeps getting in trouble in stupid ways.
Wasn't Thunder part of the
like...
Marines?
No, the way you would get a military nickname like, I don't know, Terminator would be you wear stupid looking sunglasses all the time.
Yeah, but Terminator doesn't sound all that cool.
Right,
It's
but
too
I'm
much of
saying,
a
like,
mouthful.
oh, here comes the Terminator.
Hey, why do we call this guy Thunder? Just, did he do something crazy? Is he like menacing presence? Or he's loud or something? No, he got struck by lightning twice.
Hold on, I need to look something up.
Wait, why didn't I align them? Hold on, what's happening there? Oh no. Go linear. These two lines. Fudge sticks. This is not the optimal placement. I take it back.
Okay, you gotta pick one from the list. There's like 14, apparently.
Sons of Zeus. Obviously. Obviously there is so many. That guy be fucking... I know him. He's menace. Absolute menace. Let me tell you, him and Thor do not get along.
But like how? They don't even know each other.
Oh no, they do. They're pissed. They pretend that they don't know each other because, you know, it's like, oh, God of Thunder, yeah, that's me. Who is that guy? That's what they always say, but yeah. He just shits really loud.
I am going insane. I can't get my code working. Yeah, that's how it works.
What are you programming in? What language? Give you some tips for debugging. Okay. And one last one.
Python.
Python.
So just like learn C because it's better.
My advice for every single language when people ask me, and when they have a problem with C, I just say, I don't know. Actually,
So
it's
like, how
not
do you
solvable.
center a div? I'm using TypeScript.
Oh, I learned Z, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. You want something that's already integrated? Sucks to suck. Make a DLL injection. Be feminine. There we go. 3, 3, 4. Is it pronounced Python or Python?
It depends on where you're from to answer the question more accurately.
That is a bugger comment. Alright. There we go. Okay. Splendid. Now if we go in like this, we can just extrude cut all of them out. And then these will be our panels. Well, the places for the paddles. Splendid. Splendid is splendid. Yeah. Right. Now one last thing to do would be to copy. Yeah, so if we go into the mask modular, it's gonna be broken precisely because of this. That's because our Raspberry Pi Zero now is not attached to anything temporarily, because we need to make a panel for it. So, a ninja.
I cannot get the line to draw the same to the image as to the screen. The lines are there, but they should be connect, but that part is all over the place. Did you translate this to and from Chinese?
Okay, it's racist when you say it because you're American.
Yes. But also, you know the whole translation error thing because
I know, no, I know what you
Chinese.
meant. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
It's not just it's not something about Chinese. It's just like when you have languages that are different enough, I always lose information in translation. But like when you say it as an American, it does sound incredibly racist.
But you, as a Pole,
I'm closer.
it's expected behavior.
Okay, let's just copy all of it. I'm so glad I can copy sketches in SolidWorks. It would have been so much difficult if I couldn't. And then right here on this face we do sketch. No. Oh, yeah, never mind. Okay, for a second I got really worried. Never mind, this is proper. These two have to be linear. Well, shit. Okay, let's change it up a bit then. Well, not change it, only define it better. So
Such insightful commentary from the chat. We got M.
why does the mouse need so many holes? I'm not low-hanging fruit. I'm not going for it. Okay. I don't want to over-define it, because if I over-define it, it's going to be very annoying to deal with. But if I under-define it, it's also going to be very annoying to deal with. I could just fix all of them. No, that's idiotic. I could fix all of them in... Well, I need to fix them in some way. So basically we do like this. And then this. And now we can't move this anymore. And we can't move the bottom one either. What's more, we shouldn't even be able to move this one. We can absolutely move this one. Right. Third point to cancel the rotation. There we go. All we need is just them defined like this. Just 3 measurements, like so. 3 measurements are enough, because we're effectively just fixing 3 points. At the last one, I think even 2 will suffice, because it's collinear to a... Perfect. Now we copy all of it. Every now and then I get this urge to either steal something or break into somewhere.
That's called kleptomania. You may wish to talk to a therapist about it.
Yeah.
Or just act on it. What's the worst that could happen?
Now what we need to do is we need to...
Now that I pay close attention, this doesn't look like Blender. You're so right. It's actually just a... It's a mixing bowl. Sorry, not a blender.
Actually, it's paint. That's how I design all my things. Can you believe that back in the day, that's how people used to do it? They used to just draw things out and then make them. Hellish, honestly. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's how I do it.
You draw things out and then make them?
Yes.
On just pen and paper?
Sometimes I just skip the drawing part.
Borderline illegal advice.
I would call my advice borderline and illegal, but I would not say it's borderline illegal.
No, that was really good. Every vector goes from A to B, and the next one should go from B to C. But you know that vector from B to C is
Therefore,
there.
it goes from A to C.
But its start is not in the right place. Wait, hold on. I need to draw it out. Let me understand the problem. So we're gonna do it in 2 dimensions to simplify. A, B, C. I'm guessing you're dealing with a metric space. So A, B, C, like this. A vector that goes from A to B. So this is your vector. Except I am already a bit upset with your usage of the word vector because you're using it as a physicist if you say that it goes from A to B, because in computer science vectors cannot go from a point to a point. But that's beside the point. Okay, A to B. Next one should go
point with a speed.
From B
or
to
with
C.
An amount?
In computer science, they're just a bunch of numbers. They're way closer to mathematics.
Oh.
Yeah, in mathematics, like I always draw it as a spectrum of like physics to mathematics and computer science.
As an American, what's a metric space? This is a serious question.
Oh, remember my Hilbert space video? Yeah, a metric space is just the mathematical space that has distance. It actually doesn't really deal with the metric system. It's just metric as in measurement, because you can measure. You have, basically a metric space is just a mathematical space. I think it was the metric space, unless I'm mixing up the terms, but I believe it was metric space. Basically, just a space with where when you have 2 points, you can measure the distance between them.
Oh, okay, so it's function. Like topology plus an actual number that you can put to things?
Yeah, well, usually the way I explain this, like, usually to people this is obvious, so I usually need to go the other way and bring up the topology as a place where that doesn't happen, where you cannot measure distance. It is a line being drawn. I did not know how to clearly state it otherwise. Okay, so you're drawing lines, right. Okay, so you're drawing lines from A to B and then B to C. But no, the vector from B to C is there, but its start is not in the right place, so it doesn't start in the right place. Oh, that's an implementation problem, can't help you with that. The underlying problem, theoretically, there is simple, so it must be an implementation issue. Okay. Now, hi there, Theo, by the way.
You messed up the hard part, I can't help you there.
I wouldn't call it the hard parts, because they're both difficult, the theory and the practice. It's just that for the practice, in order to fix it, you need to know the implementation. Which is why those problems are the most difficult ones to fix, because in order for someone to help you fix it, they would need to go through entire code. Okay. Now right here, what we do is we bring those closer in. There. First corner. What we get is so big that she could take that space. Julian was away a place that some see decide about which side.
So, quick sanity check. Would indexing and coloring pixels on a screen with like a bunch of different numbers, so you got like X, Y, and then the brightness for red, green, and blue, would that be a vector space? would those be vectors? Is that close?
Pixels, that's actually a curious question because it would be then it would be an array. I mean, yeah, from a computer science point of view, definitely, most definitely, you would have
Cool. Okay,
you would have
I got
a
it.
vector of vectors of a three-dimensional vector, basically. So you, on a, like a 920 by 1080 screen, you would have a 1920 dimensional vector of 1080 dimensional vectors of three-dimensional vectors. That's how, from a computer science point of view, we would think about this. Or
Would it not be 5 dimensions?
no, because well, you have 1920 dimensions here, 1080 dimensions here, and 3 dimensions here. That's because right here you have, well,
Okay, you lost me again because
Okay.
when you say dimension, I think a line on which you can put a specific value.
yeah, in physics
When
that
you
would
say-
be, but like, but that's the whole point of generalizing a vector. So think about it this way: in physics, we're gonna do physics two-dimensionally to make it easier. Hi, Remco, by the way, convenient. Basically, in two-dimensional physics, right? You have an object, and then when you say that its velocity is a vector, is it velocity or speed? No, speed is the value. Velocity, I think it was velocity, a vector, right? Then you do imagine it as an arrow. But effectively, the reason why I call it a vector is because you can like decompose it into two underlying vectors: the x-coordinate velocity and the y-coordinate velocity, right?
Yep.
So effectively, a vector of velocity is just two underlying speed values. Like this. And these are no longer vectors, they are just like scalars, they are just numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, the way you construct it is you multiply them by basis vectors. Now, so that's why vectors are just multiple values in physics. And so if you think about it, when you have a pixel, in computer science, then its RGB color value vector would just be 3 different values. It would be the red, the green, and the blue. So this is an easy connection, right? You can see why these two are the same thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
That's
that
why
makes
I was
sense.
trying to equate
Yeah,
them.
that's why this one is two-dimensional, this one is three-dimensional. Now, imagine that you have a game, that's always the example I go for. You have a game with a bunch of players, and you store all of their health values in an array. Then this would look like this, where you have the health value of the first player, then the second player, then the third, then ... and health value of 1000. This would be an 1000 dimensional vector because it has 1000 values.
Okay.
So that's why in computer science it's actually really easy to get like crazy dimensional vectors because they are effectively just numbers. And so the whole point is that the whole reason why I classify it as going from physics through computer science up to mathematics is because this is like the direction of generalizing a vector. It does loop on itself a bit because, theoretical physicists, but basically in classical physics, like classical mechanics, vector is an arrow. In computer science, it's multiple numbers, whilst in mathematics, it's like even more abstract, even more generalized, where it's just multiple, well, it doesn't even need to be multiple. It's just like some things. That's the best I can put it.
Right. Why wouldn't health be the vector?
Well, because health in this case I imagine as a single number, right? It's a...
Right, so it's just a one-dimensional vector.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Yeah. For a mathematician,
As
it would be a
opposed
one-dimensional
to
vector.
having, like, 1,000 or an undefined amount of players each with their own health, which would be a 1,000-dimensional vector. You just have a health vector that applies to each player.
A health vector that applies... I don't quite understand what you mean by that.
So every player has to have a health value, right? Like every pixel has to have RGB, right?
Yes.
So you just have one vector instead of 2 or 3.
Yeah, in this case you have a single vector, just that vector has 1,000 things on the inside, and that's what makes it 1,000-dimensional. Because it has 1,000 numbers inside. Each number corresponds to a different player. So, as an example, maybe that could help. If you have just 5 players, right, for a game, then this is what a vector like that could look like. 1, 7, 5, 8, 10. And then this vector will be 5-dimensional because it has 5 separate numbers that are completely independent of each other.
Yeah.
So that's why this is 5-dimensional for 5 players. So for 1,000 players, it will be 1,000-dimensional.
Okay, so it's like you're compounding them. So health is a vector, and then you have a vector of all the players and where they sit on health or something. Is that what's going on?
The way you would do it is that if you have a vector like this, then you could do like a function that's called get HP or whatever, and then into this function you would just insert like player ID, and then the way it would look like is it would just look like this. So you just access the vector, the game vector, the ID numbered entry on that list, and you would get then that health. So if you want to get HP of the 0th player, you just plug in 0 and you would just get the 0th entry. If you want the 1, then you input the 1 and you would get the first entry. If you input the 2, then you get second, and so on and so forth. 0, 1, 2. Have you made a video explaining these? Yeah, actually in the Hilbert space I did go over that, and I'm pretty precise. I can give you like vectors. They're called arrays quite often, to be fair, because they're called arrays, but vectors is an equivalent name. Technically, there's a bit of a difference there, but not much, because there's a way. Okay, the
difference is fear.
I know I'm gonna muddy the water a bit here, so you don't need to focus on this too much. But like in C, it's called an array because when you have multiple integers, you just do an int pointer like this, and effectively what you do is you just store the address in memory of the first number, and then you offset it by whichever entry you want, and that's why it's called an array. In C++, however, you do also have the access to a vector, and that's because a vector not only stores all the numbers, but also like stores the size of the vector. You can access it differently. So they're technically different, but like array is just a component of it. I'm mudding the waters here a bit. I just wanted to throw it out there. In mathematics,
is it like squares and rectangles?
Kind of. It's more like rectangles and lines, I would say, or like a circle and radius.
Okay.
I've been really wanting to rewatch Westworld recently, but I cannot like bring myself to do it out because whenever I think of Westworld, I get reminded of all the cool machinery they had in there, and I instantly get to like designing stuff.
This is also a sign of autism.
I'm aware. Oh, that's bad. Why are you like this? Shit. Okay, we need to define it differently. Oh, damn it. They should have made more than one season of Westworld. Yeah, I agree. It's like they really should have. No, okay. The second, third, fourth, I did enjoy them, but I do get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say that the second, third, and fourth seasons are bad. It's just that the first one was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Holy shit! The first season of Westworld is the best piece of media I may have ever consumed. So the second one wasn't terrible, but man, it was hard to get through. Make it louder for the next 3 minutes. I am eating crunchy food now. On it, Theo! Don't worry. I got you. Okay, how do we copy the sketch in a reasonable way so that it can actually place itself correctly where we need it to? That's a great question of the day. Just build a bookshelf. Oh, good for you, Stump. Proud of myself. That's solid. If it stands, that's solid. What's Westworld about? It's I don't think I will spoil you too much if I tell you that it's basically like set in a future where basically the entire premise, it's all about a park, like an entertainment park, where they just made like hyper realistic robots, and basically like guests go there to cosplay as people in the Wild West with no consequences. That's the basic premise, and then it's getting into like really deep philosophical, existential, and all these kind of topics. If SolidWorks is so good, why is there no FluidWorks? It's because Betsec SolidWorks is a misnomer. You see, it's solid. It's called SolidWorks, but it really solid fucking doesn't. Bless me. Oh, okay. I don't think it is in the future canonically. Oh, it is. No, it's definitely. It is definitely in the future canonically. That's because it's after Paris. Oh no, wait, you might be right, Olo. I take it back. Egg on my face. You might be right. I think I was wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, right. It's not in the future. It's just.
I would say it's near future.
No. It's
like
not near
next
future.
decade or so.
No. It wasn't near future. It was just alternate timeline. It was just a timeline in which Paris got nuked. And I shit you not. I shit you not. That I genuinely think that, yeah. It's 2030s and Scotland, Northern Ireland left the UK and England is a republic in canon. Yeah, because Paris got nuked. Listen, I don't mean to be that guy, but it's a living it's living proof that we just need to nuke Paris if we want to achieve our non-misaligned AGI. I'm just saying.
I'm so glad Westworld is just. What if Red Dead Redemption 2
What if Paris got
combined
nuked?
with Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, written by Plato?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a cool. I can see what you mean.
The grossest of oversimplifications.
No, it's accurate. It's good with this. Okay, there we go. The only problem is that it's in the middle of the thing, which is not what we want. We want it to be right here. I think this is correct. This looks correct. Hope it is. Right here we're having a problem because our hole for the USB is a bit too big, and we don't actually need that hole anymore, do we? It's called the United Republics of England and Wales. It's amazing, yeah.
You mean to tell me English, the English and the Americans work together now?
Wales, my favorite American country.
It's an obesity joke.
Oh, by the way, in here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need to once again turn off the unnecessary cylinders. What's the difference between the United Kingdom and the United Republic? One of them is a kingdom and the other one is a republic. I'm glad I could help you with that one. You're welcome.
Well, you see, one is two or more kingdoms that have combined. The other is two or more republics. Hope this helps. So pretty much just spelling. So UK is not republic in our timeline? I thought they had elections. Is UK republic?
They have a king.
AI overview. No, the UK is not a republic. It's a constitutional monarchy. This means that while the UK has a monarchy, etc., etc. So Google says no. Let's ask DuckDuckGo.
No, that is, yeah. They have a king. They're a monarchy. They have a king.
There is no Tooth Bunny, there is no Easter Fairy, and
There's
there
no
is no
Queen
Queen
of
of
England.
England.
Yeah, true. Ahead of its time, honestly. Megamind. I relate to the
The
main
joke was
character.
always going to work.
Eventually. Yeah, I mean, you never know. The Brits could pull it off. Republic has no monarch, but a monarchy can be democratic. I suppose fair point, because that's only the monarchy, right? But at the same time, this is not really a democratic monarchy. It's a constitutional monarchy. It's different because, basically, like, you don't elect a monarch. Why do we choose a country's lead by election, not by electrons? If you survive the zap, you might as well reign. Because Flame would
I'm
always
announcing
win.
my candidacy.
They're actually strong contender. Flame versus Black Thunder. That'll be a battle to behold.
I think we should just bring back duels for it, honestly.
We should, man. Why did we make killing people illegal?
Well, it's not even that. In some cases, it still is. So a republic is a democracy without a king.
Make it air Polish. How did you forget the 1600s Poland when they did elect their king? Did they? I didn't know about that.
Did Poland elect
Jamie, can we get a fact check on that?
1800? That's what I'm doing! Wikipedia, royal elections in Poland. Wikipedia, list of Polish monarchs.
I know someone who can, from memory, recite every single Polish monarch.
I'm so sorry you know people like that.
They're actually really cool. It's just that I don't know why they can. Oh shit, that's a bit big.
They're actually really cool is wild to say because how low is that bar?
That's not the reason why they're okay. That's not the reason. I don't consider you cool just because you can recite Polish monarchs. Oh wait, hold on.
Okay, so at least the bar is off the ground. How can you call them kings if you elect them? Because, well, that's just president with a fancy name.
Yeah.
No. President has severely restricted powers, kings don't.
Wasn't it the
It's a different
division
position.
of...
It's the same reason why they call it a king and not an emperor or like a dictator. Like,
Wasn't the difference between a president and a king is that presidents have only executive functions, whilst,
shitty spray tan.
while kings have executive, legislative, and judicial, like, you know, all of them. King says on paper, power to do literally anything legally. Yeah, okay.
King is literally, I'll make it legal. Sir, you can't do that. Why?
Who's gonna stop me?
Yeah, let's give the people we don't feed a bunch of sharp sticks. What could go wrong?
Make it
What do you mean
legal?
they're mad at us?
Make it legal!
He's announcing his new law firm.
A king does not need to be legislative because he is king. No, I mean... well, I mean, I suppose pedantics, right? Doesn't matter. The king of UK didn't have power to do anything. He was called the king. I think it's because, like, the head of state. I don't know. Confusing.
The king also makes the laws for the rest of you normal people to follow.
Not in the UK.
Well, that's because they have a constitutional monarchy.
You know what? I haven't seen.
general,
No.
history.
I haven't seen a J-Rish video on the topic. All right, I am not educated for it.
That's okay. That's fair. That's fair. I can't argue with that.
We need to wait for J-Rish to make a video tier list of monarchies.
Although, good movie I've seen. Bit of a sleeper hit though. The Favorite.
What's it about?
It's a pretty good movie. It's about somebody that was literally like the movie starts with them being thrown in the mud and then they ascend to what is practically the throne. They become like the queen's advisor and stuff.
Game of Thrones.
Sure. It's more subterfuge than like actual fight, than like combat. And it's a very focused story. It focuses on like 7 characters tops.
Was King of UK taxonomified? They stuffed him? Whoa.
How progressive.
Okay. There we have
Usually
it.
the queen's role.
Stuffing the king. I mean, feminism, I suppose. Go off.
No. No, other way around.
Okay. So there we have it. There we have the back skeleton and the front skeleton fixed up a bit. Now let's make a plate for the Raspberry Pi.
Back skeleton. Usually we call that a spine.
I don't have that. I'm a YouTuber.
That's what the chair's for.
Okay. So first we need to check the distance between... Yeah. 54. Alright.
See, actually, the best government is much the same way the best way to imagine nothing.
Anarchists, when they realize there's a part of their body that's called a prostate.
Unfortunate naming convention.
Wait, was it 54? I just did the measurement, I forgot. I think it was 54. 54 divided by 2, that's 25 plus 2, 27. There we go. And then what we need is we need the up ones. Now, this is normally 38, if I recall. But that's 38 bottom to top, which is minus 3 on each side. Which means we do 32, I think. I'm pretty certain.
There was this episode in The Simpsons. Well, I'm sure there was. They had a lot of those. They still make them.
Crazy stuff.
I know, right?
16. Okay, this, and then what we need is we need three, 6, 6 and 6. There we go. Mirror around. Why is this over-defined? Oh, what is your problem? Oh, this works. No clue why. Okay. Let's do a 5 for now. Let's try it. Please read my last message. The Yogyakarta one? Anarchy should be called government. Just like humidifier and dehumidifier. Two words are pointless. We should just call it dehumidifier and then dehumidifier. It's just... Anyway, Raspberry Pi Zero plate, this one. Splendid. Now, this should be the exact right size.
How do you know this oddly specific piece of knowledge about Indonesia? I'm autistic. Well, that explains a lot.
Fair game, yeah. Oh. 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 This is the wrong size. So 54. Oh yes, because it's 54. Right, so 60. Yes. I select the middle, thank you. Okay, let's try it. There we go. There, this will be our plate for the Raspberry Pi Zero on the side. That's how we're gonna screw it in. We're gonna screw in the Raspberry Pi Zero into the plate with M2s and then the plate into the mask with M3s. And this will make the entire thing way more proper. And then on the other side, right here also, I really am tempted to add horns. I just want to, and I cannot explain why. I just want some horns. I'm very horny, if you will. But, so we need to add this and also this side. There are so many things I want to add to this mask, actually. I think I'm having fun. Preposterous.
Depressed people when they start enjoying something.
Okay. Right, okay. This. Oh my goodness, it's just there's so much to do. Okay, first things first, let's not get
My
distracted.
self-imposed tasks are piling up.
Yeah. Open this up. What is the hold distance? 7, 7. What is the distance between y'all? 58 between the middles. 58 and 23. Why are you modeling the Raspberry Pi on your mask after already creating it in the video? You should have first modeled it before creating it. I know it's may come as a shock, I didn't actually make the Raspberry Pi. I didn't actually make it.
You mean you didn't go out to your local river and drag a magnet through the sand, and then make a huge iron bloom, and then
Yeah, believe it or not, I didn't.
what? Unsubbing.
Okay.
Can't believe this guy didn't make every single part of his streaming setup from scratch.
Points. Give me the midpoint. Where's the midpoint? There we go. There we go. And then right here we'll have M2, which are, I do believe... Shit! No, wait, that's wrong. M2. Right, yeah, no. Should be 1.5. Oh, that could be close. Oh! Not even close!
Is that good or bad?
Like, the bigger the gap between the two, the better.
Oh.
Not even close. Okay, now we can mirror entities.
I'm sure it'll be fine. What could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, nuts could go wrong, but you know, that's... I already have enough of those.
Tutorial on YouTube that tells you how to make CPU from scratch with rocks. But like, how from scratch?
I don't know if you're talking about that video, but because there's one really popular video where someone explains how they're made in like a very snappy way, but that was not a tutorial, in fact.
Right. But like, when you say from scratch, do you mean here's how you get the raw materials and then chuck them into the machines that make the thing? Or here's how you complete each step on the technology chain?
First made the Turing machine. Okay.
Like, are we going from here's how to make a watch from raw materials, or are we going from like here's how you go from recurring sectors to precision engineering?
Okay, full construction, and now we should be able to just design the whole thing. Well, actually, hold on. Right here, we'd like a bit of a different angle. So let me just plop an angle right here. And we're gonna delete this one. Yeah. And then right here, we just do this. Now we do it however we'd like. Precision doesn't really matter at the moment because we're gonna set up all the mates properly later. There we go. So this will be the basic rough shape of the plate. We're going to set up these to all be parallel. Fix this point. Now we can change them. Sweet. Now we'd like these two to be equal and vertical. We'd like these two to be equal and horizontal. We'd like these two to be this one. No, we don't want it to be. Oh shit. Oh shit. What do we want it to be? That's a good question. We want the middle of this one. Oh, I'm good. Where am I? Right.
I have a silly question.
You always do. What's up?
Yes. So, the politics channel in your Discord server.
Yeah.
Is it intended for that to devolve into brainless conspiracy theories, or is that just like...
Is it devolving into blazing conspiracy theories again?
Is that just emergent behavior, or was that kind of like the unintended intended thing that happens?
No, that is very much just what happens. I didn't really intend that. Is it? Oh, really? Hold on, let me see, I'm curious. You got my interest piqued.
It does that every now and again.
I have it muted, so I need to now check. Oh, come on, but that is ironic. I was expecting something fun. Come on.
Hold on, let me go find something that's a little more
Come on, Maiden posting about how Allah created the entire world and gave it to Albania, but Albania gave it back. Come on.
You forget that I was saying it reminded me of something.
Okay. Let's edit the sketch then. Right here, we'd like these all to be fixed in place. Instead of controlling with an angle, because to be fair, that's really idiotic, we're gonna control it with length. So these two will be equal, these two will be equal, and these will be all equal.
Okay, yeah, it is all that one guy.
Maiden?
Yes, sorry.
Obviously it's Maiden.
Yeah. It's either Maiden posting the most
Go on.
abyssal conspiracy theories that you could think of, or Tank It
replying to
sending
them.
Asmongold clips.
Come on, why does it only show up the midpoint when I'm not looking at it? Quantum mechanics fucking... There we go, this. Give me the point. Where is it? Where's the midpoint? There we go. Perfect. There we have it. We can now cancel extrude, but we want to extrude it downwards. Why do you not?
Just search how to make CPU on YouTube. It's only 2 minutes. Okay, well, I doubt you could get every technological development in 2 minutes.
How many skills of knowledge you have?
Pick up...
Oh, you also hide your face. Are you Batman? Thank you, finally! I told you before, one of the most devastating moments of my life was when Ali said I'm not Batman, and that hurt me to the core. It was 2 years ago. I still remember it very, yeah.
I would say you're more like the Joker.
I would say I'm more like if Iron Man was played by Ryan Gosling. Okay, so this doesn't work. The sketch has intersecting contours. Okay, so apparently... Oh, wasn't there a way to check for them? It was like a way to filter for...
They like pick up a rock from mud and turn it into a CPU with fancy equipment. It's like magic. Well, they're using fancy equipment. Of course it's gonna be like magic. You don't know what the machine's doing.
I'm guessing that this is the problem right here, which is kind of a biggie because I can't refix that. I'll need to push the... No, I can't refix that, can I? Damn it.
What is...
I mean, what I can do. What I can do is I can just make all of them for construction and see if that helps. If it does, then that means, yeah, that was the problem. Ah, that's bad. Alright, let's set it up to be, I don't know, 3 millimeters. There we go. This is pretty problematic, I would say, because now we'll need to add them on top as holes. Which will just add an extra sketch. It's not really a problem, it's just a minor inconvenience. Still. But yeah,
I have another silly question. Why didn't you make it as wide, the width of the back and front skeletons as wide as a Raspberry Pi.
What's up, gamers?
Hi, the cutscene. Hi. Why am I doing these smart dimensions? I'm better now. I can do this.
What you making?
As always, the mask.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose not always. I did spend last lesson making body.
As sometimes.
As half the time.
Sometimes the mess.
Okay, this and then this.
It's either the mask, body, or acid.
These are the three things, right? Men, there are only three things required for true happiness. Okay, this is not bad, but I would like some more hole, because we don't really need quite that much material in the do we? So let's...
Aye, why don't you need more holes?
Yeah, truer words have never been said. His voice isn't deep enough to be Batman. Yeah, because right now I'm in my Bruce Wayne persona. You know.
True.
Where's Joker? Oh, where? No, hold on, because he sounded like more like he was an asthmatic guy who was just dying on the spot while coughing.
Joker,
You mean like
what's
positive?
this?
Okay, well, I'm not.
Computer, show me the quickest path to the shadow realm. I need this to be... Oh, will the mirror hold? I hope it will. That's because right here what we can do is we can do this, this. There we go. Then we can do
More holes.
No, always more holes. Parallel. Parallel. No, remove that. That's gonna mess everything up. Then these two equal. And then what? Then the midpoints. There we go. I am good at what I do. I really am. This is incredible.
Yeah.
All we need to do is just mirror it. Oh, will it not interfere with... Hold on, I added them for construction that specific reason. They might. Let's make this a bit smaller. Smaller on both sides if I do it. Oh, it does! How lovely.
I wonder if it would look better if you, instead of having like them two trapezoids, have like two triangle holes and just move the bars more in.
Why are
Like make the
vertices not
middle hole
collinear?
smaller.
Batman...
This isn't even like designing tip. This is a fucking budgeting the like how it looks.
I mean, to be fair,
This
I
isn't
am
gonna make
right
it any
now...
better on anything.
I mean, to be fair, I am right now spending time just for the looks. There's like there won't be actually any functionality in changing the way it looks. Batman has Catwoman. You have a literal cat. You are superior. About that, the present.
How about that Catwoman?
Yeah, the present tense doesn't really work there. Had a literal cat. That would be correct. Yeah, they will be missed. No, some people. No.
You also still have a Catwoman.
I think they are missed.
You know?
Yeah. Rebuild and save, there we go, and then...
Hold on.
Oh,
let me see if this actually looks better or no.
Let's do this, what am I doing? This not, there we go. Like this, and then point to the midpoint. Right, yeah, and then it was what, 23 and 58? That's 48, 58. It was... Okay, but now we need to replace all of the construction ones with... Meow. No meowing in the live channel! The rules are really clear on this.
None of the live channels, none of the dead channels.
Okay. 3mm is the M2 screw tolerance, right? I can do 2.5. Hold on, I have the. What am I doing? What am I talking about? I have the mouse right here. I can just check it. M2 screw. It do be floating a bit. Yeah, I feel like we could do 2.5, which would give us a bit more space to play around with. Okay. Perfect-ish, I would say. Now let's go back to the mask modular. Yeah, and this was basically what it would look like. That's what the panels will basically look like, and then we can take a Raspberry, mate it, and you won't believe it, I've made it again. Oh, that's a bad sign. Oh no, wait, they are just smaller. Okay, that checks out. There we go. I would say that's not bad. I would say that is not half bad. From this angle, it looks so fucking sick.
Where
It's
is that
only one
pumpkin
quarter
design?
bad.
Oh, over there.
Yeah. Now.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that looks good.
On the other side, we're gonna have a very similar panel. The only difference will be that it won't be for Pi Zero, only Pico. And then right here, I imagine would be the microphone in this one. And then at the top, we'd have cameras and such. We'll see. Right here, I know I could do a flashlight laser. I don't know. I could actually do a
laser.
flashlight. I could actually do a whole bunch of, like, a distance sensor as well. Why not? Echolocation. Well, a bunch of things.
What would a distance sensor do?
You
If you
won't
say
believe
sense
it.
distance,
You won't
That's not
believe
what I
it.
meant.
What does it do?
Okay.
Like,
Genuinely, honestly,
what would
what
that-
did you mean by that?
like, why would you need one?
That's
Why
the
not?
wrong
You
question.
have depth perception. Why would you need a distance sensor?
Hey, I just
on a
added
mask that you can
a
see out of?
Raspberry Pi Zero. I can also think, you know. I also have a skull. There's a lot of. Don't ever ask
Right,
me
but-
why. That's such a dumb
Is
question.
it going to be for targeting or anything like that?
No, just because. I really think you.
Right,
I
but
really thought you would have learned that by now. It's just because.
That's one thing, but I thought you were going somewhere with it.
No, not for this mask. For a future mask, like after we're done with this, I can specialize. So I can make like a safety mask, for example. I can make like a underwater mask. I can make like a cave exploring mask. Then I can specialize, right? But first,
A cave exploring mask, and it's just scuba gear with some PLA on it. Sorry, PTG.
yeah, you got them right.
Yeah, know your fucking things.
Let's make a bulletproof mask. It doesn't matter. First, okay, make it. First things first. So we have this. Now we need to. Shaking my office on. We need to reprint them, or at least the ones we've changed. So let's do it. Oh, we're now getting into the boring part of the live stream.
What do you mean? There's no boring part.
Oh, there will be. Trust me. You trust me.
What are you gonna fucking program in
thought we
C?
were there
Yes,
already.
actually, Katsi, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
the disappointment. Okay, it's so it's back. Okay, so this is this is front skeleton or back skeleton? Which one is it?
This?
I need to name that properly. Have this.
Hmm.
This is the front skeleton. Means right here. We have in the STL folder, we're gonna export steps because, you know, logic cannot be found here. front skeleton 0.4.1.0. There we go. And then back skeleton 4.1.0. Splendid. And then we're gonna have a panel for the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pinal. Oh, now I really want to call it Raspberry Pinal. No, whatever.
What?
No, Raspberry Pi Zero plate. There we go. Now let's just try printing it. Can you make your mask glow red in the eyes? Eventually I will also add, that's something I do plan doing. I'm gonna buy a bunch of like those tiny multicolor LEDs that we got when we assembled the lamp. And then there is like a little bit of space in between the front the front of the mask and the visor, which means I can add in LEDs over there and they actually won't interfere with the one-sidedness of the visor. And what I want to do is I want to add like a whole bunch of multicolor LEDs, and then like depending on, and then those LEDs will be used exclusively, not the mood. Look, I mean, I could, no, but because I think what I want to do, and this is genuinely something I will do, they will be the debugs. Which means like if something bad happens to the mask, I don't know, overheats, that could actually genuinely happen with Raspberry Pi Zero. If it overheats, it's gonna start flashing red, or like
just self-destruct.
The self-destruct sequence, obviously, or like if I'm downloading something and then it just goes blue, and then there's gonna be like a microwave ding at the end.
That's good. That's good.
Computer, what is the 10,372nd prime number? And it just glows blue and there's a ding at the bottom, at the end. That's just I'm having a lot of fun with this, and it's such a weird feeling to say all of this as not a hypothetical, only as a genuine thing. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jesse, you know what to do now.
Also add sensors to the side of the mask in a program that lets you control everything with hand gestures. But, like, the implementation of that is way more difficult than you think.
Like, eventually down the line, in a year.
Yes. But also,
One
that's
day
not
down
like
the
an
line.
overnight thing.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it depends on how much I drink, right? Like, if you buy me enough Jack. Okay, my captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Alright then, everyone, you know what it's time for. First of all, we're gonna need to disassemble it, but that's fine.
Nah, you don't need to do that. Swear it as is. What could go wrong?
Oh, this would be a fair bit annoying because then I'll need to disassemble it again just to add this to the... Oh, whatever. Don't matter. We can also make these a bit slightly thicker. Do we need them thick? I don't know. Okay, the point is, we're gonna do something that's really challenging actually this stream. Which kind of sucks because challenging things tend to be quite boring actually. So basically, hold on, let me get
Add a
rid of
speedrun timer.
Yeah, let's go.
No, because this is like genuinely challenging. So last time,
Add a speedrun timer for fun.
okay. Basically, let me first turn it on. Basically, I should probably first start by soldering pins on the Raspberry Pi Pico. I don't really have a speedrun timer on hand. Believe it or not actually an overlay I use often in OBS. It's crazy, you are very close to having technology of villain from Big Hero 6. Multiple people have called me that. The professor.
You just need to steal some teenager's breakthrough invention.
Genuinely, the way you accented that sentence really made it seem like you were just gonna stop at teenagers. Okay. So this is our LCD screen, which we're also gonna add, because why not? But for now, what we need is this. Which side do we actually want to solder? Oh, thank goodness I asked before blindly soldering. We need the I2C pins. I2C. Oh, they're all I2C from I2C 0. That's convenient. So the question, I suppose these ones wouldn't be too bad, I think. Because these ones will also give us access to VBus and VSys. Do we need that though? Well, we could power it over USB, I think. I should honestly just plug it into my computer as well, but I don't know if I have a cable for that. Because I might have run out of cables. Or I might have not. Okay, we're gonna do this side then, I think, because right here we have I2CO SDA in a different shade, which I imagine is important. So just the top, however many, okay. All we need to do effectively is just solder like one of them. And then once one of them is soldered, we're basically and effectively golden. Just get off it. Whatever, you're no help at all. Okay. So, we need to make it theme music, not just regular, maybe some tragics the mask plays when it develops consciousness. I can't wait till the Make It Mask does the whole I am speech from I have no mouth but I must scream. Solid one, that's... Ah, shit. One is really good because that means... Ah, shit, I touched it! That's 500 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Oh, was it like that? Okay.
Okay. It's a bit at an angle. To fix that. Alright. Now let's solder the other pins. Shit. Oh, never mind. Not shit. It worked. Aren't you scared the camera accidentally falls down and reveals your face? Always terrified. I live in constant fear. Fortunately, I don't actually have a face. It's a very lucky medical condition for me. I was very fortunate to be born that way.
Yeah, he's just
Phantom
born
of
with
the
a big boy
laboratory.
there.
Oh, I am incredible.
We know.
Every now and then I realize just amazing I am, and then I genuinely cannot believe it. Oops, that pin is a bit off.
Common symptoms of narcissism include delusions of grandeur.
Hey, it's only narcissism if it's a delusion, which it isn't. Get owned, liberal.
Five facts. Liberal media doesn't want you to know.
Don't make me laugh. Now is not the time. This is serious. I need to focus. And
Break your Raspberry Pi now.
there we go. Oh shit. Truly one faceless Morrowind Ash slave if I've ever seen one. For Skyrim. No wait, oh, I just killed a whole bunch of the toxic metal smoke.
Yummy cancer.
Don't do that, please.
I didn't do it on purpose, if I'm to be completely honest with you. Okay, this looks a fair bit cleaner. Go on.
So I'm trying to teach myself C
Right.
with the Arch install that I made. You know,
Terrible
as
way.
you do. Yeah, it's working so far.
Why would you try to teach yourself a programming language with installing an operating system?
Well, I already installed the operating system. That was part of it. Anyway.
Okay, how are... hold on, because I am getting confused about that. How is Arch helping you with C?
Because it has the compiler pre-installed. That's it. I just wanted a cleaner PC to learn it on, right? No internet connection, just figure it out, right? So,
Dude.
That's also quite
I'm
rough,
doing it-
because on Linux actually installing libraries is quite important sometimes.
I'll figure it out. I'll make my own.
I mean, okay, well, you at least know the mindset.
Yeah. So I had the idea, since I'm just doing it in Nano because terminal dweller, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, what's an IDE but like some color coding and macros to run the software for you?
You want IDE.
It can't be that difficult to make yourself, right?
Well, don't make one yourself. Install Vim. Oh no, you can't install Vim because you don't have an internet fucking connection. I
Yeah.
personally, well, I can show you how I do it on Linux if you want. Because what a convenient timing, I just need to log into my Raspberry Pi right now, in which I code in C. So, would you like to see, pun intended?
If C's so good, why wasn't there a B?
If C is so good, why they make a C++?
Wait, hold on, I need to look something up.
Alright. You wanna see?
No, not Copilot. Oh my gosh. I am looking.
Okay. Basically, the way I do it
Respectfully.
is, do you have a graphical like download, or do you just
No.
have? Okay, good. So it's gonna be easier then. The way I do it is I just like, for example, if I want to edit a file in C, I just do sudo vim, which is the program main mask C, and then this, don't mind that, that's just because of a small
Yeah, that's
file.
kind of what I'm doing.
And then this actually highlights for you everything properly, which is convenient. And then once you're done with it, you just write Q, and then what you do is you, well, what I did is I made a build file like this, which is effectively just all the commands that you run to build something. And then all you need to do is you just do bash build. Bash is just the program that executes like the commands, and then you input the file with all the commands to be executed, you present that, and this just executes all the commands, and there we go, now it's built. And you can do other things as well. You can do like linking, you can do like assembling, you can do all sorts of things. His ass is vimless.
I'm using Nano because that's what's installed.
Yeah, that's why I told you, I don't remember when you were installing it, I told you that internet connection might actually prove to be quite useful.
I figured it out.
Yeah, even if you think you have everything you need, you might not have everything you need. Okay.
It's not that I have everything I need. It's that I need to figure out how to make what I end up needing.
It's not that it's not that I have everything I need. It's just that I can't get anything else. So you can't have what you want. All right.
It's the from scratch mentality.
Yeah, I mean that's fun and all when you're an expert.
No, I'm not doing it because it's fun.
That's even worse. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. I plugged in the
He
Raspberry.
thinks he's crazy.
Crazy?
There's
I was
a-
crazy once.
There's a difference between crazy and just wrong. What you're doing isn't crazy, it's
I
just...
blur the line daily.
Okay. So we have the Raspberry Pi Zero, to which I'm connected through SSH, and we have the Raspberry Pi Pico, to which I will go around and connect a cable. Is it connected? Oh my goodness, I think it might be. I think it might just be connected. We're gonna just hook it with something like this. There we go. And now we plug it in. Then we should have another terminal. Grades. Alright, fine. Fine. Okay, there we go. Now for the Raspberry, hopefully. Oh no! Raspberry has not been detected because it doesn't have any firmware? That might be it. Hold on. Did I fry it or does it just not have any firmware? I think not having any firmware is mod. There we go!
What's
Booster
the
modes.
difference?
MicroPython firmware. Do you want to flash it now? Yes. Oh, I love this add-on so much. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. You can just flash it by clicking yes. Truly wonderful. There we go, and now we have Raspberry Pi Pico and Raspberry Pi Zero. Now all we need to do is figure out how to set up an I2C connection between the two. So here's the basic idea. Right here we have...
You're not just gonna figure that out?
right here we have two pins. Well, I mean, I didn't figure it out. That's the whole problem, the whole challenge of it. Is that I don't know how to. We can... Oh.
And you're not gonna do it the Italian way of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks.
That's how I'll have to do it, actually.
That's good.
Because I might need to make my own library for this. Okay. Whenever I feel like doing something productive instead of playing games all day, I watch your streams to feel productive. Cool. I have heard from a lot of people that my streams either make them productive or make them feel productive. Which I'm glad I can help in some way. Katsy's gone. Okay, here's my idea. We plug in a whole bunch of header pins. Because, you know, they could come in handy.
Those are usually helpful, I think, maybe.
Like this. There we go. And then hopefully the connection is deep enough so that we can actually plug stuff in. Oh no, we don't need this at all because we can just connect the grounds between the two. Oh, come on. There we go. That's because we can just plug them in directly. I think connect the grounds between the two and then plug in the... Yeah. Right, pin out again. So we have pin 3, the ground. There we go. Pin 3, the ground. Then 6, 7, which was SDA. Okay, so orange was the clock, which means yellow, orange. 2, 1, 2, like this, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that just pushed the pin in. That means it's not soldered properly. Shit. Hi there, Unholy Thingable. Hi and welcome. Still heating up. I'm in the background, playing games. What is it that you're trying to do? I'm trying to set up an I2C connection between the Raspberry Pi Zero and the Raspberry Pi Pico. Okay, hopefully this will be enough. Now, fortunately, if I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, there we go. It should be sudo I2C detect Okay, this is bad. Why is it so slow? Why is it so slow? Well, that's bad. That's pretty terrible. Is it because... Oh, okay, I kind of wanna wait to see if it discovers anything. Oh, splendid. Okay. If there won't be a single connection over there, I will be madly upset. 3C, please? Could it be 3C?
It'd be pretty funny though.
Oh, shit, it's not 3C.
Why are you using Bing? Why is Google using Bing? That's stupid.
Oh, they all have the same...
Oh, is it
thing.
because I'm prefacing with B? The B programming language. Oh my... Wow! There is one. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, as it's going, I2C communication between devices. Because that might take a bit. This is actually a really bad sign, the fact that it's printing so slowly. But oh well. Yeah. That didn't do anything, that's good. Okay. Oh, the second was... So it's just the first one that's so slow. That's great. What happens if I unplug it? Is it fast once I unplug it? Okay, that's actually not too bad of a sign. When we plug it in, something happens. Which is the clock. I'm assuming, yeah, when I plug in the clock. That is, actually, believe it or not a bad sign. Okay, so we have start condition, address frame, read write, data, date to this. Okay, useful. Address frame. Okay, so this is the address frame. Right, why is it 10, 7 or 10? Okay. The only problem is that it's not detecting the Pi Pico. Raspberry Pi Zero. Actually, I2C connection between two microcontrollers. Because that's, we can generalize from that. Yeah.
So there is no A programming language, but there is also a D programming language, which is...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there are also different masters. I didn't even know that would be possible. Okay, so the wiring pi would be really convenient if we could actually detect the pico, which MicroPython I2C slave setup. Now if I scan it on the other one, what's gonna happen? Will it detect or will it do the opposite and will it... Okay, it scanned and got nothing. Okay. Oh, did it connect the right one? Going to init it as well. I2C init. Operation not supported. Why? Damage. Damage. Okay, MicroPython Raspberry Pi I2C. Okay, so we do need just the machine. Can I just restart it real quick? So, oh, I could have just done this. Oh, whatever. Who cares? It's good enough. And yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have import machine, and then we have I2C is equal to machine I2C 0. SDA is equal to machine pin. SDA we don't want it to be 0, do we? We want it to be 7, 8, I think. Six, no wait, 4, 5. So 4 as the SDA. Yeah, pin 4. And then SCL. SCL. There we go. And then we have frequency. Why would you? No, now I can't. Shit. And then frequency is equal to like this. There we go. Now I2C scan. There very certainly is a device connected to it. The problem is that that device, yeah, we didn't get anything. Right here we're getting a very slow read because of the clock.
Where's the clock? I don't see it on your table. Is it that digital timer near what looks like M&Ms?
Not that kind of clock.
I was gonna say, I have not had this many first of all since I watched a Flat Earth documentary.
Yeah, this isn't connecting anything. Shite. Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing, isn't it?
1, that's not a digital timer, that's just a display for 4 numbers. 2, that's a remote for an LED light, not M&Ms. 3, it's a CPU clock, it's a hardware clock, it's not like an actual timepiece.
I2C isn't defined. Okay, that's good. So software should work, which means right here what we need to do is import machine. From machine import pin I2C. And then what we do is we do I2C is equal to I2C. Oh, okay. Okay, that's rough. Is there like a MicroPython thing for? Okay, what was it? Oh shit. Okay, the problem is that this entire setup is always going to be as a master, while I need it as a slave. Hi, the caper. Well, I'm on the loop. What's cooking? I have, well, in the background, I have a mask printing, or like components for the mask. That's what we started the stream with. Right now, I'm trying to connect this right here to this right here. That's what I'm trying to do, and failing so far.
You got into computer science to change the world. I got into it for the debugging messages, like failed to kill orphan.
I think I2C init is the one we're looking for, but I'm not quite certain. Let's try it. Pin 4, that's the SCLS 5, right? I don't know. 5, okay. Pin 5, pin 4, and then just leave the frequency. Can't convert pin to int. Oh, so that is just a... I see. Oh, that's... Oh, shit. So it's actually 0 pin. What's your problem? Okay, what about now?
Exception occurred.
Oh, I just, I'm such an idiot. It's supposed to be in it. Stop that. Restart. Soft reset down. Okay. This. Okay. I2C is equal to I2C init. Pin 4. That's no 5. That's the clock. Pin 4, and then enter. Argument has the wrong type. What do you mean? That was the I2C init. That's no Python even. Oh well. Okay, so we have YA. Unsupported option H. Is it really? There is no help option. Got it. Just figure it out. On it. Where's A? No I2C bus specified. Oh, because I need to put, oh yeah, right, makes sense. I'm sorry, do they need to... But this already has a power supply. This already has a power supply. Raspberry Pi Pico Slave I2C setup. Come on. Yes. Okay, you can turn it off right here because that could be actually important.
Actually important, I don't believe it.
This is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah. Great. Oh, I see. So this just does the whole thing. Right. I2C slave. There we go. Wait, no. Is it from I2C slave? Yes, it is I2C slave. So it creates it with the init, and the init, the clock and the SDA. Then the address. You need to define the address. That makes sense. And then ID as 0. I'm gonna copy this code. There we go. So we have this with all the I2C commands, I imagine. Right. Then we have the let pi, then this one creates the I2C slave, and then there's dot get, which the dot get runs, where is it? Any read would get. Does this, reads it. Okay. Oh, because you need to set it before. That all checks out actually really well, yeah. So let's try it. LED pi. And then run.pi, because we don't wanna main or init. Wait, was the main or init? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. The point is this. Now we can run this file. No module named I2C slave. Sorry, I2C slave is different from this? Why from? Can't I just board this? I thought that was the whole point. Okay. Could it be 41? Let's try it. The 41 is really far off, it's gonna take us a while. You know what, we're just gonna change it. Oh wait, module object isn't callable. Oh, we just run into a problem. Run 12. This isn't callable. From I2C slave import I2C slave. I trust you. Why did I get it to 41? Fuck. No, because now it's gonna take once again ages to get there. No, we're not doing this. I am.
Speaking of 41, that's what temperature it is here.
Hold on, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Plug it back in, There we go. Reload the file system, go to run. Let's do 1.1. Because that'll be at least ever slightly quicker. Come on, I believe in you. Ah, shit. I couldn't just work. Bit of a problems what we got. Mind the dot between I to C slave. It's a relative import. Wait, so this doesn't work? It always worked for me on Python when you import relatively. That's how Banit works. SDA by default is 0, SCL is 1, so that could be something we could have a problem with. Reset. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have this, then IG slave, we create that, right? Then we do this, we do that. Where is it? SDA. SDA. Right here, in it has 0 by default, and then SDA is equal to SDA. Right, cool. What's next? Where does it go next? It goes right here. I'm sorry. It just gets passed into the mem. It gets odd as well. I am so confused. This article is like exactly what I need to do. But it doesn't really work. And this was 41 by default, but I doubt that will make any difference because I don't see why it would. Because we run it. Main pie is loaded, I2C address of the Raspberry Pico is recognized. In the example in this article, I2C is set to 41. Following commands. Yeah. In the meantime, while it's slowly scanning, let's No, while it's scanning nothing, which is the wait. It will be the next line, first entry. Minus 41. See, I told you this would be the boring part of the live stream. Because it just doesn't work.
You want to know something cool?
Go on.
It's 40 degrees here.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Oh, okay. That's Celsius, by the way. I translated it for you.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's only like 85, 95% humidity. You can taste the mosquitoes for that bite you. Air thick enough to chew. And this is the north part of the country. But don't worry, climate change isn't real.
And the south must be really having fun.
You could say that.
It's... Since references, he said, I get attribute error, no attribute slave. I'm gonna have another thread. Get an example in C how to activate slave mode. My man! Implement my. Okay, wait, can you do it in C? Wiring pi. Ah, but damn it! But I don't have wiring pi on. Hold on. Raspberry Pi Pico C slave I2C. Come on. That is in C. Holy shit. Example. We might genuinely switch to C because the MicroPython doesn't appear to be alive before it. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Raspberry. How do you flash Raspberry for C? That's the way to do it. Let's just flash it. Just nuke it. We just nuke it? I think that's how it's done. Let's unplug it just in case something bad happens. Actually, hold on.
I can't believe they didn't call it Python with an I instead of MicroPython.
Yeah, because it's not... What?
Because it's a Raspberry Pi, right?
No, it's microcontroller Python.
Are you using it on a Raspberry Pi?
Well, yeah, but I don't fail to see your point. Like, you know, wheels are called wheels, not Mustang drivers. No, that I don't plug it to the ground.
But that's not a pun.
Fine, hooves. There. Go. 2, 0, 1,
Horseshoe.
2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the correct plugin, but it doesn't detect anything, which... Could I...
But technically, you could call them hooves because every car produces horsepower. In fact,
I need to do it in C.
thank you for that. I will now refer to my car's wheels as hooves.
Right. Okay. Oh wait, first we need no, that's it, never mind. So first we need new C++ project. I'm gonna call it I2C slave. I2C slave. Board type Pico2, right? Is that just Pico2? That's Pico2. Pico2, then location right here, that's correct. We like I2C. Yeah. What, do we need anything else than I2C? Then you get, okay, and then you just plug in the mem, right. Just create. Save, whatever. Okay, so we have this. Now we go to Pi, if we go to compile project. I'll access see if I can. And now we do run project. Not in boot cell, okay, got it. Now it should be doing nothing. Good. That's correct actually. Yeah. Splendid. It should be doing nothing. Oh, the lack of output. I remember now why I stopped, why I loved the RP0 so much and hated the Pico so much. Yeah, okay. Right. Right. Now we have no output. Which means what we need to do is we need to just do the thing. Okay. New terminal, please. Okay. Build the thing, build the thing. And then what we want to do is we want to flash the Raspberry Pi Pico with the example mem file. Right. I don't have make.
How will I make it?
Do I not have make? I don't have. Wait, what? Make? Yeah, because right here we should have. Oh, I hate this. I'm making. I'm making make it smart, make it mask, but struggling at the same time quite a lot. I need to get make right. Wait, I should have make on my Linux. I just realized. Make. No target specified, no make file found. Shit. Do this. There we go. And then just do the same thing again. Cancel. Can you delete now? No, you can't. My goodness. My goodness gracious me. There we go. Now WSL, and now what we do is we do the same thing again. I'm fine. Install CMake. Yes, continue, install it. Fail to fetch. Why did you fail to fetch? I am gonna lose my mind. That's what I'm gonna do. I am... Hey, I'm fine, I'm fine. CMake isn't a thing. Okay, can you install with... Well, let's... There we go. Thank you, Headed Branch. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm shaking. I'm not having fun. Okay, CMake up slash. Fucking. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not gonna be upset or anything. Error at Pico SDK import CMake 44. SDK location was not specified. Pico SDK path offset. I don't like microcontrollers. I really don't like microcontrollers. And I don't like make as well. People always hate on me for using PowerShell or Shell for build files instead of using make or CMake. But that's precise reason why I don't do it. It's so much easier to fix Shell or PowerShell than it is to fix make. I almost did sudo vim. I have code here. Okay, Pico SDK import CMake 44. So that's, there we go. And 44 you say. SDK location was not specified. What is the SDK? Please set SDK boundaries to on. Pico SDK fetch from Git to on to fetch from Git. So I need to set this to be on. How do you even use CMake? CMake set variables, because I'm guessing it's a variable. Alrighty, I've got a misstream. The top 6 is fine. Anytime something about aim for top 3 next month. Please don't. I can't. My bank account can't afford that. Okay, set environment variable. So we just do set. Wait, CMake. Can I just run it? Give me. How do you set stuff? Help variables. Yes, that's indeed what I want. No, not what I meant actually. Never mind, that's not what I want. How do you set variables in CMake? Simple way you can just put the make it and all easier to manage. Var like this?
I leave for all of 30 seconds and y'all talking about me already.
think it's okay. I think it's D. D is equal to on. Source of binary. Okay, so. My goodness, I am incredible. Oh, I hate Make so much and CMake. I hate them so much. Why can't there be a package manager for Windows? Save me so much of a headache.
They tried that. It's called the App Store. Nobody likes it.
Package manager isn't the App Store. Not the same thing.
That's the closest you're gonna get with Windows.
No, there actually is a package manager for Windows. It's just
there
like,
is.
yeah, there is.
Is it just as bad as the rest of it?
What do you mean, just about the rest of Windows?
Yes.
It's unofficial, if I remember correctly. And that's why it sucks. There's Winget. Winget? I haven't had Winget. There was the one of the X in the middle. I don't remember what it was called. I remember I got it at one point because I got so pissed with switching to... Winget is official. Is it? Does it come? We should come pre-installed, shouldn't it? Hold on. Winget. Oh! Well, that's convenient. Oh, I need to refine the... Yeah, okay. Easy win ports, right. Mixtape recorder, rap music maker. This is terrible. This is still downloading the Pico SDK, by the way, even though I fucking have it already. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do instead? And I genuinely mean it.
Yeah, it's official. It's still bad though. You're telling me the official Windows tool isn't that good?
Hold on. I have an idea for what I'm gonna do. Which is I'm gonna do what I always do. I always do when I'm having
Outsource the problem to future you?
No.
Oh. That's what I do. Usually works.
I'm gonna get my belt. I can't delete the folder now. The Pico I2C slave folder. I can't delete it. You require permission from server room ignis/make it to make changes to this folder. I'm a fucking administrator. I'm okay, I'm fine. Do I need to delete with W? That's... I am so close. Oh, but if I go inside it... Alright, so I need permission to delete it. Never mind, I don't need permission to delete it. Okay, so if I'm deleting the folder that's full, I need permissions to delete it. But if I go into the folder, delete everything, go up, delete the folder, the empty one, I don't need permissions. I'm gonna lose it. Okay, git clone this. Git clone it for me. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in there, and this right here is the actual library, correct? No. Include right. Wait, this should be. Is it not? It might be. Genuinely might be the entire library. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to... I'm just gonna copy it. Is it backwards? Hold on. Hardware I2C. Only person hardware I2C. Do you include... I'm fine with fixing it manually. now I am just curious. Will you? Okay. 7th in Slave Age. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair point. Alright, now we're getting some more reasonable errors. Let's see them. Let's fix them. Okay. I to C inst T, a null type. Yeah, that's because you need to include the H. Let's see how many this will fix. Linking failed. Well, that's quite a build command. Oh, right. Undefined reference to main. Yeah, we don't have a main. Okay, no, this is good. That's actually really great. Because now all we need just like the main file, right? Main file, main function. So we can go into the examples and we can just pick up the example. Which we will need to modify a bit again. But that's fine. So we do it like this. And right here this time we don't... Ah, shit. Well, we include the header. I'm sorry? Oh, you don't add it by default? I hate make! Oh, okay. Do you not add it to the build file by default? Because how else am I supposed to add it? Configure CMake. Undefined reference to main. The main is right here. If you would just be so kind as to add the fucking file. No, clean CMake. Figure CMake. Compile. Okay, I'm fine. I am... Oh, okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna build this library myself. I'm gonna code the library myself. Because I cannot... I am so done with this. The print is almost finished. How long till the print is done? 21 minutes. That's how long it's taking. I am okay. I just need to take a deep breath. Then think about, be very mindful and very demure about what I'm gonna do next. Because my first thought is to bash in this in half with a hammer, and that's probably not a great idea. So instead, think for a second. Okay. Raspberry Pi. DigiKey Electronics. Well, that sounds like a source if I've ever heard one. But that's gonna set up as a master, not a slave, isn't it? Oh, I have Poor Man's Poison playing in the background, Hell's Coming With Me, and one of their lines is make it out alive. What writing it, truly. Okay. MicroPython, I like MicroPython for the sole reason that it gives me an output. And that really makes me tempted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect the Pico with bootcell. Like this. That's what I'm gonna do. And then we're going to nuke it.
I managed to get the political channel to talk about JREG. You're welcome.
Great. Okay, there we go.
They're finally on horseshoe theory!
Alright, this is proper. We have MicroPython back again. Splendid, festive, fantastic. Now, Raspberry Pi Pico MicroPython I2C slave. Give me, I beg you, or else I'm gonna lose it.
Or really asked Google for a slave.
Not appear to be a way to make a slave. Or really expect me an argument constructor. There's the limited development resources MicroPython and CircuitPython have. It takes time and effort to make everything folks want to do. Okay, I understand that, and I honestly, free software, I like it. I do like it. That's not what I want to. That's not what I'm gonna complain about.
You want free software, yet you're also looking for slave. There's something here.
In CircuitPython, we have an I2C peripheral API before it hasn't implemented on the RP2040 yet. Oh, but that's not even RP2040. Oh no, this is from 2021. Um. Why can't you slave? Oh yeah, we can get back to. Well, I mean, we can get back to the thing. Where was it? It was one of these. One of these was the article that had it. There we go, found it. Like, we can just take this article, right? Copy the thing. I2C slave. Right. Like this. And we do have it. But does it actually work? Okay, import machine. Do you work? You do work, splendid. So let's just do main pi. No wait, test pi. Wait, I'm also an idiot because we should do it on the. Okay, so now test pi, which we're gonna import the main pi like this. Yeah, not gonna import LED, don't need it. Power on, don't care for it. We haven't gotten that far. For now, let's just do print slept run. Okay. Oh, my SSH connection expired. That makes sense. That's curious. That's certainly something. Now it's working even less. Okay. Referring the previous question to rephrase it a bit, what's more preferable, patron support, which might indirectly support charity, or the pie? Well, you shouldn't ask me. I have a pretty obvious conflict of interest.
You should ask him.
Money from one pile goes to my pocket. The money from the other pile doesn't. I have a pretty clear conflict of interest.
You should keep asking him.
Okay, there we go. Waiting for board to connect. Access denied, access denied, access denied. Well, that's curious. That's a fun problem to have. Why access denied all the time? Waiting for board to connect. This isn't connecting, is it? If only I could figure out the I2C connection between the two. This is the last difficult thing of the entire project. The last one. I just like kill this terminal. I can't even kill that window. Windows? Are you okay? Really, no. There we go, you're welcome. There we have it. Israel is more of a funding the local acid industry than. Oh shit. I have to seriously right. I'm trying the same thing again and again and again and again. What is the definition of insanity, by the way? I forgot. Okay, if I run the test with, let's just do a couple more prints. That prints data, that should already print started I2C before started I2C. Run. Oh, it got stuck on it. That makes sense. Now we plugged it in. Now we can also plug in the ground, because I feel like common ground is pretty important for I2C. What do I know? I'm just guessing. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm great. I'm splendid.
I'm gonna go with a no on that one.
What we can also do is we can unplug this. Plug it in again. Okay. And then what we can do is we can go into IT slave and we can start debugging this as well. So once we run init, we need to figure out where it exactly breaks. So print running init, set up Valas. There we go. Then run clear register, which I'm guessing is where it breaks. I'm just gonna leave it there. No, it breaks in here? How? Before setting up egg on my face! That's idiotic. I genuinely didn't think it would break there. That makes so little sense to me. Why would it ever? Okay, so let's just do the thing where we just do like a 0 and a 1, 2, 3. I need to know where it breaks. I am curious at this point more than anything. 3. Right here, if self I to C ID is equal to 0, which this is should be true, this if halts. It halts.
The halting problem they don't teach you about in any computer course.
I am. Why? The value. Well, I mean, obviously, but what the fuck? Why? I've never seen an if. Maybe it compares against 0 and fails miserably. Why would that fail it though? That's what I don't get. I am so confused. Print self I to C ID. Is there a way to print a type as well? Like type? Oh. I keep doing escape colon W to run it, which I am. Can I? Okay, hear me out.
You're being hard out.
Hi, welcome back. I am losing my mind because this doesn't make sense. What if instead we just do if true? Or even better, what if we just comment out this line, push these two back, and comment these three out?
Oh, I love debugging. I love debugging. I love debugging.
It's broken even further. Okay. I have a guess about what's happening. A guess.
Don't you hate guesses?
It's a pretty wild guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's a wild guess. That's because previously it didn't break until the if. Now, after I removed the if, it broke way beforehand, which may mean that the entire code is messed up. It's just that previously it wasn't detecting it till the if, because of how Python interprets it. I to see it breaks, yes, that is precisely what I'm saying. But more importantly, Caper, it breaks not mid execution. Because if it broke mid execution, then we would get a whole bunch of numbers in the terminal. which is precisely what makes it so curious. I think we found our problem. Yeah. Cheers, Jesse. Thanks. That's because right here, memory 32 is what I'm guessing. Well, would that? Oh my goodness! But how? That's a good question. It'll be self I2C base. Can I just run I2C base and see what happens? I mean, I can. Who's gonna stop me? Da, 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 da. Found what was fucking it up. That's half the battle. Now the other half is fixing it. Okay. So this breaks it. And I feel like removing self from every single I2C base is a really bad idea.
Nah, it'll be fine.
I could just do this, which as bad as, well, I mean, it would be pretty bad, but... Okay. Ah, shit, it's always something, isn't it? Who would have thought it didn't help? So self I2C base, when you write this into... Let me use that number. Is it too big for mem32? No, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be even close. This sucks. Do I have a simple I2C device I could use to write my own library on? What exactly is self? Well, I imagine I've can't got a clue. I imagine self is the this one, right? But honestly, haven't got a clue. If only I had a device I could write I2C on, then I could make my own library for I2C. Oh, that's such a tangent though. Making my own I2C library. Okay, that's not... That would be like a whole other YouTube video of background or whatever. I2C.
That would be the most boring video of all time.
I don't know, I could set a couple things on fire, unbutton my shirt. I could make it interesting. Okay, basics of I2C protocol. Oh, what a thrilling read is gonna be. Yeah, okay, we have.
I'm sure that's what it's gonna be. Thrilling.
So how I2C works. With I2C, data is transferred as messages. Messages are broken up into frames of data. Each message has an address frame that contains the binary address of the slave, and then one more data frame that can be transmitted. The message also includes start and stop conditions, read-write bits, ACK-NACK bits between each data frame. Okay. So let's do it. Make it what are we gonna call it? Because usually whenever I make a really dumb library, I call it by a name that's a pun, and I kind of want
I3C.
no something like me too. Me too.
Please make it stop.
Make it work, number 5.
Me to see.
I can see it.
Me MKT to C, because honestly, MKT to C, it's gonna be dumb.
Yeah, it's neither you know what it is, or or it's funny.
The whole point is that these are libraries that only I can use because it's gonna be a very make it. It's gonna be very make it. All right, sudo vim.
Very bad.
Sudo vim, and let's just do lib actually mkt to c. Let's see. mkt2.c would also work, but whatever. Like this. Okay. Now, start condition, the SEA line switches from a high voltage level to a low voltage level. So the SCL line switches from a high to low. The problem is, if I write it myself, I'm not gonna utilize the I2C, the hardware implementation of I2C. It just hit me. Ah.
So
Could
it's
be worse.
pointless.
Could be worse.
I love those like NPC basic dialogue options that you sometimes say when like it's clear that you just feel the need to respond but aren't actually gonna put any thought into the response, and you just have like a bunch of default dialogue options you lean into.
It's called masking. Kind of like what you're doing right now. To most sane people, it just makes me look normal. I'll have you know I can pass any Turing test.
How am I supposed to... no, this is dumb. This won't do it because of the hardware implementation. Like, I can do a software implementation. Oh, and my SSH broke as well. That's splendid. No, I might need to... First of all, I need a solid, long alcohol including break right now. And I need to do a whole bunch of research into this. So I'm gonna go. I would love to say that this live stream was fun, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. I'm gonna...
Well, the first half was.
The first half was successful. The second half was... Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm exhausted. Take a break, then get back to researching. And if I find something, I'm just gonna start the live stream again and then share my findings. If I won't, then I'll just keep at it till I do, because I really want to include the Raspberry Pi Pico as a multiplexer. Anyway, and for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye!